Alright, so now we're going to be talking about synthetic division and long division in order to simplify. So let's say you're given x cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 5 all over x minus 2. And you're asked to simplify it or factor it. So just like if you were given a number, say like some random number like 79 over 6, and you were write out to divide it as 79 and 6, you would say 6 goes into 7 once, 6, and then go on from there. So it's going to be the same thing with polynomials. So rewrite it as, guess we could, might as well take up the whole board. It's going to take up a lot of space. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x plus 5. Divide. You know what? I'm going to lower it. Divided by x minus 2. Alright. So the first thing you want to do, well, throughout the whole problem, your focus is this term right here, the first term on the divisor. So how do we get x? What do we multiply x by to get x cubed? That is going to be x squared. X squared times x gives you x cubed. Alright, so with this, x squared times x minus 2, you want to multiply it to the whole divisor. So x squared times x is x cubed. That's what we wanted. X squared times negative 2 is negative 2x squared. And just like as if you were dividing, you want to subtract the whole thing. Now I put parentheses here so you could see that. Don't just put a negative out here, because that would mean that the negative is only for the x cubed, and that's not true. It's for the whole thing. You're subtracting the whole thing. So if you were to factor in this negative, you get x cubed minus x cubed, which is 0, negative 4x squared plus 2x squared. That gives you negative 2x squared. And just like with numbers, you'd want to bring this down, plus 2x. Alright, now, just like we did with the last one, you want to see what could you multiply x by to give you negative 2x squared. See, here we didn't have a number, but now we got to take this negative 2 in mind. So negative 2x squared is going to be what we need, or negative 2x. Negative 2x times x gives you negative 2x squared. So negative 2x multiplied by the entire thing gets you negative 2x squared plus 4x. And remember, we're subtracting the whole thing. So factoring this negative 2x squared and positive 2x squared, because that negative times negative is a positive, that gets you 0. And 2x minus 4x, because of that negative we're factoring in, gets you negative 2x. And once again, you want to bring this down. And you would repeat the whole process for as long as you have terms right here. Okay, what would you multiply x by to get negative 2x? That would just be negative 2, right? So negative 2 times the entire divisor. I'm putting lines here and here just so you could see what you're focusing at the time. So we're choosing this stuff just so we could match out with these terms right here. So what would you multiply x by to get x cubed? X squared. What would you multiply x by to get negative 2x squared? Negative 2x. What would you multiply x by to get negative 2x? Negative 2. But here, you want to multiply it by the whole thing. So negative 2, it's going to give you negative 2x plus 4. And we're subtracting the whole thing once again. Alright, these cancel. So as you can see, the idea here is to cancel out the highest power. So you can work your way down the polynomial. Alright, and then 5 minus 4 is 1. Yep. Okay. Oh, don't forget. Always put what you're multiplying by up here. Okay, now if you could see, this does not divide evenly. We have a remainder, 1. So you write out your answer as x squared minus 2x minus 2 plus 1 all over x minus 2. So your remainder would go in the numerator here, and your divisor would go here. And that's how you would write down your answer. That's how basically you divide polynomials. Alright, let's look at another example with more terms in it. So 2x cubed minus 4x plus 7x squared plus 7 divided by x squared plus 2x minus 1. Let's do a little better. Okay, so just like we did before, we want to write it, or we could work with it. So keep in mind, you want to keep everything in here in decreasing number of powers. And what that means is not in this format. You will see in a sec. So 2x cubed. Now the next term, you don't want to write negative 4x. You want to write positive 7x squared. And this is what I mean by decreasing powers of x. So x cubed, x squared, x number. If you were to have like powers of 5, it would be x to the 5th, x to the 4th, x cubed, x squared, x, and then a number. So if you see this problem on like a test, they're trying the test if you could notice that and you know what to do when you see that. And right here we have negative 4x plus 7. Decreasing powers of x. Cubed, squared, to the 1, 0. Anything to the 0 is 1. That's why there's no x. Divided by x squared plus 2x minus 1. Let's probably write that better. Okay, just like we did before, what could you multiply x squared by to get 2x cubed? Remember, here you're only focusing on this term. So that would be 2x. 2x times x squared is equal to 2x cubed. Okay, so 2x multiplied by the whole thing. Oh, don't forget to put it up here. Multiplied by x squared plus 2x minus 1. So we got 2x cubed plus 4x squared minus 2x. You're subtracting the whole thing. So notice that the powers line up perfectly. X cubes, x squareds, and x's. That's why you want to write it down in decreasing powers. It helps out a lot in organizing your thoughts, and really that's just how you do the math. So this is going to be 0. That's why we chose 2x to give us that. All right, 7x squared minus 4x. It's going to give you positive 3x squared. Negative 4x plus 2x. It's going to give you negative 2x. And bring down the 7. Okay, this one's easy. What do you multiply x squared to get 3x squared? That would be 3. 3 multiplied by the whole trinomial. All right, 3x squared plus 6x minus 3. All right, 3x squared minus 3x squared, 0. Negative 2x minus 6x minus 8x. And 7 plus 3 is 10. So your answer would be, oh, I keep forgetting to do that. I do that to display what I'm thinking, because really all this could be done in your head. But since I'm explaining this, it's better if I write it down here. But really you should be writing down what you're multiplying by up here, because that's going to be your difference. 2x plus 3 plus negative 8x plus 10 all over x squared plus 2x minus 1. Because remember, this right here is our remainder. We want to keep that in the problem. We can't divide anymore. X squared does not go into x. So that is our answer.